Yo guys, what is up? It's your boy ProGamesPlayer and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be doing Rumbler Tactics. So, this car has a special ability where you have a super boost, which is a normal boost, except it lasts way longer, up 8 seconds, and you can actually change how much it lasts. I'll explain that later. And it also acts as a shield, so not only are you also boosting, you're also protected from any sort of damage. So, here's how to use the Rumbler and how to maximize its potential. So, when you have the super boost, you pretty much have quite a lot of time to go around, find someone, and deal damage. However, you have to know when to use the super boost, and here's how we do it. So every time you start a new game, you always first pick up a super boost. Now, I wouldn't advise to immediately use the super boost and then just find someone. Instead, I would hold on to the super boost and I would just drive around until I find a crowd of people. Now, when you do find a crowd of people, then you will activate the super boost and you will try and do the first thing, which is don't just drive as fast as you can. Instead, use the brakes and try and drive slow. So as you can see right now, I'll drive slow, I'll get my aim, and I will get the kill. So that's how you should pretty much use the super boost. Now, the best way I use the super boost is to set all modifiers to maximum distance, and some people say that apparently that doesn't make a difference. However, I noticed that the super boost actually lasts 11 seconds when you set all modifiers to maximum distance. However, some people say otherwise. I just noticed a difference, and I think that makes the modifiers effective when setting up the super boost. Now, when you use a super boost and you want to take out someone, the best way to take out someone is to drive in a straight line, because here's the thing. As someone is getting hit by the super boost, they actually get sort of hit, they start blinking white and they get immobilized and they can't move for a very short moment. In that moment, what you should be able to do is to keep hitting them continuously with the super boost until you take them out. And this is why I use the maximum distance modifiers, because I essentially have 11 seconds to deal damage and take out people. And I think it's more valuable to have more super boost duration rather than more power. And then there's the other argument, which is that the super boost also acts as a shield, and essentially you're also prolonging the time that shield lasts on you, and I just value that more than, the power of the super boost, so keep that in mind. Now, something else I also want to mention is the super boost, I don't actually use it defensively. I would never use it defensively. I think it would be a wasteful use, so only use it aggressively and just try and find a crowd of people, or actually a crowd of cars, activate the super boost, and then try and aim and get someone. And if you can also use the super boost in a defensive manner. And one thing you should also know is how to handle the car, the Rumbler, when you're super boosting. So as you can see, you might have to go come to a full stop in order to make a U-turn so that you can actually turn around and attack someone with a super boost. So keep that in mind. You may have to come to a full halt in order to perform some maneuvers. However, I don't think you should have any issues. Now, the Rumbler can be countered in few ways. One way is with spikes. Now, if you are super boosting and someone hits you with the spikes, you won't take damage. However, you will actually bounce off, because for some reason the spikes make the Rumbler bounce far away. Not really far away, but the spikes pretty much make the super boost useless and the Rumbler useless, so beware of spikes. The second thing, which could be problematic, is a shield with a stun. So if you do hit someone, and they have a shield with a stun, then you will also be stunned, essentially wasting the super boost that you have. Now, the other thing which could counter the super boost is actually the shadow, and this is kind of a no-brainer. If the super boost is acting like a shield, then it will be affected by the shadow. So if you see a shadow, you can actually take out a shadow with a super boost. However, if the shadow is already sort of low on health, if you get the whole bash technique correct, which is trying to line them up and then deal multiple rounds of damage, and of course if you do that all in the short time, because if you don't take out the shadow soon enough, your shield will be disabled, and when the shield is being disabled, or when the super boost is being disabled, you will also take damage. So take that into account when you encounter a shadow. Make sure to disable the shadow so that you don't take damage. And in terms of handling, when you're super boosting, just be careful. Like I said, drive closely until you find someone and lock onto them, and once you've locked onto them, just try and take them out. And sometimes it will be possible for you to not deal damage as you're super boosting onto them, and you can actually just end up pushing someone away. And in that case, you can just push them, let's say, off a cliff or into the water. But keep in mind that you can actually super boost into someone, they will not take damage, and you'll just end up pushing them. And that's about it for super boost. Now, as far as the actual Rumbler itself, it's a very average car in terms of handling and top speed. Nothing really special. It's a super boost that makes it special, so keep that in mind. And that's pretty much it. So super boost, I have everything set to max duration. I pretty much don't use it until I find a crowd of cars. Once I do find a bunch of cars, I then try and lock onto someone. I try and inflict rounds of damage until they are taken out. I usually get away from spikes. As you can see, just a little while ago, those spikes pushed me really far away. Whenever I see a shadow, I either try to immobilize it, or I just disable my shield. Or you can just get away from the shadow, simply you don't have to disable your shield. And if someone has a stun on their shield, then I simply just try and avoid them altogether. And that's about it. So the rest of the video, we will just, do some gameplay, and you can see most of the stuff that I just mentioned being applied. So let's go. So let's try and do that. And we are going to take out this guy. As you can see, we did the bash technique, got him out, and that was pretty good. Another super boost. So in terms of the actual chances of you getting a super boost, I don't think the super boost drops as often as, let's say, the missiles on the nuclear. However, I think the super boost is, it's actually more common of an item drop than the regular boost on any other car. So pretty much any other car. So keep in mind that you won't miss the super boost most of the times. And I know that I made a video some time ago which had a lot of those things I mentioned today. However, that was more about skirmish tactics, I think. It wasn't explicitly about the Rumbler, so I think you could apply some of the differences I talked about today, like a shield, because you can't have a shield in skirmish mode. So yeah, and just more extra information about the Rumbler. So that's why this video makes sense. And now we're just gonna try and find someone, try and take them out. That worked, and we are still alive. And yep, still alive. Let's try and find some health. There we go, perfect. Now we can use a super boost or not, okay, that's fine. So I wouldn't want a super boost because this guy has spikes, so it would probably just drop those landmines, and there we go. As you can see, that was still pretty great. So guys, that was it for this video. Make sure to comment, subscribe, don't forget to watch some other videos, and I'll see you later. Peace.